Fusion exists in almost all corners of media, right? When your back's against the wall and you have nobody but the homie by your side to get out of a dire situation, the only way out is through fusion, of course. What's really so fire about fusion is how it highlights how we truly are greater than the sum of our combined efforts when we work together. It's that synergy that shines infinitely brighter than just two people working together. And also, it looked cool as hell. Come on, dog. The concept of fusion is simply goated! Look, I don't know how old you are, but I'm willing to bet your introduction to fusion was through either of these two right here. Now, I personally avoided Power Rangers when I was a kid because that shit terrified me for some reason, but I was heavy on Voltron, and them niggas is like basically the same thing, right? Being a kid and watching all the fusions in Dragon Ball happen for the first time was one of the greatest feelings of all time, dog. In a series that basically created the concept of power creep, you get the ultimate trump card, Ace in the Hole, that gives us a brand new character with a golden design. This series went like 10 for 10 on fusions, and we're still going? Who knows what's gonna happen in Daima 2? It's about way more than just powering up here though. Really, in all of these series, fusion is about trust, especially in Steven Universe. But we gonna put a little pin in that. If I had a nickel for every time Vegeta felt some type of way about fusing with Goku, I would have like, I don't know, 3 or 4 nickels. Hey, that's like kind of a lot, right? But he still goes through with it because he recognizes there's way more important things than his pride. Dragon Ball having multiple different methods of fusion is so fire to me too. There's the Metamoran fusion dance, which is the same shit Aang and Zuko hit to unlock their firebending. Dragon Ball truly influenced so many corners of fiction, it's crazy. But then there's also Potara fusion, of course, which gives you the fire dangling earrings of Doom. This is my personal favorite fusion method in this series because it gives you like plus 2 milli sauce points, dog. Look, it's also funny thinking about the fact that these dudes have to manually poke holes in their ears to do this every time. There's also the Namekian fusion 2, which is where they literally just burst into each other. This one's also permanent too, which, not gonna lie, makes for super interesting storytelling. Piccolo is simply not the same motherfucker he was when he was first introduced to the series. Like, literally, there are 2 more niggas inside of him now. Low-key, I also miss when Potara was a permanent thing too. Like, obviously Goku and Vegeta weren't gonna stay fused as Vegito, but the stakes being raised to that level was neat as and the amount of what-if scenarios that spawned from that rule was legendary. Another funny thing about fusion in Dragon Ball is that 90% of the fusions here end up being the most cocky, arrogant bastards of all time. Gotenks, Kefla, and Vegito all move like they're the absolute cause they are though. Nobody is hanging with the motherfuckers. Gogeta a little different though. This nigga said not a single word during his first appearance. He got straight to business, bro. This nigga was stepping on shit. He literally turned Janemba into Ki particles with one attack. Dragon Ball really set the standard for fusion, so much so that there's an entire game dedicated to merging all types of fan favorite characters into the craziest combos of fusions. Another series that uses fusion in a similar way is, of course, Gurren Lagann, the GOAT of all mecha. Come on. Although this series uses fusion to emphasize trust a lot more than just a power boost, in Gurren Lagann, that boost in power comes from love, hope, and the undying, indomitable human willpower to keep fighting. Instead of people fusing, it's giant robots fusing with people inside. It's kind of funny because I made an entire video about this series like damn near a year ago because it just truly is the GOAT of all GOATs in terms of mecha. And Code Geass don't even really count as a mecha because if we talking Code Geass, that's a whole different story. But the point is, I made a Gurren Lagann video like 9 months ago, and look, there was a lot of fusion talk in there, so I'm not about to rehash. Fusion is just always such a fun gimmick to see in media, even when it's for gag purposes like Bobobo. Hey, if you've ever seen this series, I know you a GOAT. You know game. But they use fusion for straight jokes in that anime, and it was somehow still hype as too. The concept of fusion even shows up in comic books with characters like Firestorm. Everybody wants to see 2 niggas merge into one, dog. I don't know what to tell you. This shit is just fire. Firestorm is kind of less interesting to me because it's more of like a host body situation where Dr. Stein is in Ronnie or Jefferson's head while they actually assume control. I think fusion's at its best when 2 characters literally produce a whole new being. I guess it just feels more of like an actual fusion that way, you feel me? This trope is even bled into things that have nothing to do with fusion, especially Pokemon. I remember when my brothers and I were wee lads, we would find these generators online that would fuse any 2 Pokemon, and this was so fire. Not gonna lie though, some of them look kinda crazy, but the concept alone is golden. With hundreds and thousands of potential combos, there's no way some of them aren't gonna look like abominations. But hold on. What's better than 2 niggas becoming 1? 5! I've seen at least a little bit of like every Voltron series to ever exist, even that random continuation / soft reboot from 2011, but most people probably seen the Netflix series from the Legend of Korra studio. This series was great, never finished it, but from what I seen, it was kind of fire. You feel me? It was tight nice. The series was cool. The sequence of watching all 5 lions turn into one big nigga will never not be so cool to me, dog. But there's one series that takes fusion to the next level on a narrative tip. I love Dragon Ball, and it definitely paved the way for damn near every series that came up here, but Steven Universe simply elevated this trope to a whole new dimension. Just like Dragon Ball, you gotta do a little dance to merge, but there's no specific traditional technique here. These motherfuckers just gotta vibe until they turn into one dude. But fusion represents more than just trust and a power boost here. It's an entire relationship, whether it be romantic, sexual, or platonic. Garnet is easily the best example of how much character depth a fusion can have. She literally said it herself, dog.
But I am even more than the two of them. Everything they care about is what I am.
And Jasper is used as an anchor for the audience to understand that this ain't on no Dragon Ball shit. Although there are other fusions in this series that exist simply for the sake of just winning a battle, Jasper thinks this shit is nothing but a cheap tactic to make weak gems stronger. Then she gets her shit absolutely folded. So like, yeah, but also Garnet lost round 1, so it's more than just a power thing. I'm telling you, bruh, it's that synergy, dog. But we also get to see the dark side of fusion with Lapis and Jasper forming Malachite. That shit was toxic as hell, and there are kind of crazy implications behind how and why they fused in the first place. Jasper wanted to fuse on some Dragon Ball timing so she can get a major power boost from this shit, but Lapis sees this as an opportunity to save everyone, so she complies, only to lock herself away in the ocean for like a whole ass season. But what's really crazy is how Jasper ends up craving that toxic ass relationship again later though. Like it was literally a drug for her. Malachite looks so motherfucking cool though. Holy shit. Bruh, look! The centaur type lower body with the barbaric Saiyan ass hair, plus the body and face marks, dog. The 4 eyes, she too clean! This design tells you everything you need to know about this character, dog. She's a jumbled mess of a fusion lacking any sort of chemistry. This series easily gave us the most amount of fusions in any piece of media ever. Even more than Dragon Ball, and they had out the ass fusions too. Opal, Stevani, Rainbow, Sardonyx, bruh, Sunstone, and Obsidian the God are some of my personal goats. And of course Garnet, I mean, she really gotta be everybody's favorite fusion to the point where this not even fair. I think Stevani is another example of this series flexing its writing bag too. They exist for the sake of boxing and also as a literal physical manifestation of Steven and Connie's relationship. The first time Stevani forms is a complete accident because these dudes really just f with each other. Sometimes they fuse out of necessity and other times they fuse to go skating. They also just happen to look cool as f, dog. I mean, just peep the array of clean ass fits. The sword and shield combo is elite too, dog. Welcome back, Hero of Hyrule. Stevani as a fusion also helps Steven and Connie as individuals get over huge mental hurdles and whatnot too, dog. Beautiful. But yeah, fusion as a concept is just goated. I don't know what to tell you. Even when it's poorly executed, it's still at the very least entertaining to watch. I'm debating whether or not I should talk about this because I feel like somebody's gonna bite the fuck out this idea. But it's topical. I might as well just, you feel me? My senior year of high school, I was in a creative writing class, and for our senior project, we had to write a little screenplay for like a pilot episode for a TV show. Look, my idea was kind of goated. Look, it was kind of goated, and it centered around the concept of fusion. Okay, look, I'm putting niggas on game. Please don't bite this, because I might, you feel me, get in my bag later and make this a thing. Who knows? Who knows? Who knows? Who knows? Who knows? But it was called Split by Dawn, and it was about these two dudes who fuse together when the sun goes down, and they split by dawn. You feel me? Merge by dusk. They split by dawn type V. Okay, look, melanated individuals, of course. Come on, check the pigment. You feel me? But I'm actually not gonna go into any more details, but the whole premise of the show is that these two main characters are thrust in a really crazy predicament that causes them to now fuse with each other whenever the sun goes down and split back into two people whenever the sun comes back up. So night and day cycles type beat, you feel me? Split by dawn. Look, that idea got me an A++++ on the project, you feel me, bro? So couldn't have been that bad of an idea, you feel me? The point of me like even talking about that in the first place is just to highlight how goated I personally think fusion is. And if you gave me pen and paper, I got a lot of ideas, but one of them would definitely have to involve fusion in some way possible. Look, it's just a goated trope. It's truly the greatest trope in all of fiction. It's funny because that's the title of this video, and I usually like, you feel me, it's like when they talk about the title of the thing inside of the thing, like title prop type. My fault. While I personally think Steven holistically does fusion the best, I think fusion in Dragon Ball brings out the craziest reactions out of motherfuckers. Cause it's just pure, raw, unadulterated hype. Bro, I don't know, bro. I just love this trope so much and I want to see it in everything, dog. Fusion truly is a beautiful thing, bro. Yo, there's one fusion I almost forgot to talk about, and look, this might be a deep cut reference, but walk with me, okay? Transformers animated. There were two, maybe they were Autobots, I don't remember. They weren't like, they didn't show up often, but there were two Cybertronians, right? One was orange and the other was blue, right? And they would fuse together sometimes, and they would literally be like half split, fused into each other. That had me lit. That had me so lit. I wanted the like action figure version of them so bad, because the action figures fused too, bruh. That shit was goated. But yeah, we never got that shit. But I don't know why that just popped into my head. That actually just unlocked a whole memory. But what was her name, bro? What was the name of this fusion, bro? What was the name of like the two niggas too, bro? Please, bro. But yeah, shout out Fusion and shout out you.
I can't feel my face right now, I'm burning up. I got this feeling that I won't come down, like, got this feeling that I won't come down, like, got this feeling that I won't come down, like, I can't feel my